Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight, we wrap up Week 3 with a good Monday nighter here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's 2nd and 8. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted.
Man, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, this guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, much improved from Week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Cook up the gut. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Back to throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Cook is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on second down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
He's got a man. It's his fullback. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to pound it in with Ricard. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick here is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
Well, here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The first time out, they had the interception. That stopped their drive 3 points the other way, so now they work from behind.
They do, but he's got to walk out on the field like he's working from ahead. All right, he's got to walk out like, hey, I just threw a touchdown pass, because all eyes on his team are on him. They gain their confidence from the way he reacts, his demeanor, and how he plays. He's got to show that he has confidence in himself.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield. But they never did.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have answered that early field goal to take a 1st quarter lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd and 1. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. They go play action here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down. Now back to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
They'll look to throw again. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at him, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition...
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Cowboys! C.D. Lamb with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. 2nd and 11. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he will have the Vikings first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. The Vikings are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. And he'll be forced out of bounds on the other side of the field. And that'll go to cancel out a very nice return on the punt.
And that one was a hold. And I don't know what the percentages are between holding calls and illegal blocks in the back, but both of them go a long way towards wiping out nice returns.
When the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did it in a big way there.
14-yard line, 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That pass complete to Moore. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards one. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Extra point up and through, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Left side to Lamb. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
That is caught by Lamb. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
First down, Cowboys.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Back to throw here. This is caught. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Now here's Pollard. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Vikings take over first down 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. That's on the guard, Laken Tomlinson. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
A gain of 15 brings up second down.
On second down, Cook. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he will have the Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Cowboys 28, Vikings 10.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They go play action here on first down. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They run the counter with Cook. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
2nd and 16. On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They still can't get it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
So now on 4th down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
We'll see a return. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself,
The panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
And the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
Here's 2nd and 8. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Back to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you can do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Rolling to his right. He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there. It's 2nd down. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier and wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time it's 3rd and 3. A throw there but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get... And now here is another interception. Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. You can talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
Now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Cowboys 44, Vikings 10.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Well, this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Looking to throw. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Up the middle, it's Cook. And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. Probably wishing that they could have had a few runs like that earlier in the game, now facing this deficit in the 4th.
Hard to criticize a run of that magnitude, but they really need those types of runs to go the distance and need bigger plays to try and get back into this one.
And he's got this to Jefferson. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for a touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
In primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Cowboys, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Las Vegas Raiders. Meanwhile, for Minnesota,